For the next 66 days, enter monk mode and let 5 small, precise behaviors run on autopilot using simple if-then plans in distraction-free deep work blocks. By the end of this video, a complete blueprint will be ready to copy and start tonight. Monk mode is a focused period of disciplined, distraction-minimized work designed to accelerate progress on a clear goal while reducing noise that breaks attention. It draws on monastic principles of isolation, introspection, and improvement adapted for modern life and practical output. This episode converts that idea into a step-by-step routine with science-backed tools so consistency becomes easier and more automatic over time. What is monk mode? Monk mode is a deliberate state of increased productivity, discipline, and attention where non-essential distractions are cut and effort is concentrated on the highest impact task or habit. Core pillars include creating a quiet environment, time-blocking deep work, minimizing digital interruptions, and communicating boundaries to protect focus. Think of it as a limited time commitment to fewer inputs and higher quality outputs in service of one chosen objective. The science backbone implementation intentions, writing down exactly when and where a behavior will happen, can double or more the likelihood of follow-through because clear cues trigger action without waiting on motivation. Use the format: when situation X arises, then perform response Y, which leverages time or location cues and reduces decision fatigue at the moment of action. Habit formation typically requires consistent repetition in a stable context over 2 to 5 months on average, with median figures often around 59 to 66 days, but wide individual variability from as little as 4 up to 335 days, depending on behavior and person. Setting expectations for early gains and later plateaus prevents discouragement and normalizes the slow, compounding nature of automaticity. Setup and rules. Choose one core outcome for this cycle, e.g., exam prep module, fitness base, or business sprint, and write a single-sentence scope to avoid goal creep. Define the monk mode window as 8 to 10 weeks to align with typical habit timelines, while allowing for individual variability and automaticity. Write 3 implementation intentions that lock behaviors to a time or trigger, e.g., at 6:30 a.m. in the study, begin a 50-minute deep work block. After lunch, take a 20-minute walk, and at 9:45 p.m., place phone in kitchen and lights out by 10. Create a distraction firewall, silence notifications, use app/website blockers during blocks, and set a visible focus hours indicator to prevent interruptions. Communicate boundaries to family and friends so the schedule is respected, reducing context switches that erode focus. Pre-commit environments. Clear desk each night, lay out tools, and place a written when X then Y card on the workspace to prime the next session. Daily routine morning priming, 10 minutes. Open the plan, read the 3 when X then Y lines, and remove phone from the room to reduce cue conflict before the first deep work block. Deep work block 1, 50 to 60 minutes. Single task only, no tabs beyond what the task needs, and no media. Exit criteria is 1 clear deliverable. Micro mobility, 10 to 20 minutes. Short walk or stretch to reset. Consistent timing supports context stability and habit strength. Deep work block, 2, 30 to 45 minutes. Resuming single task or move to the next planned subtask using the same no notifications rule. Afternoon keystone, 15 to 20 minutes. A simple health habit like hydration, flossing, or a salad prep. Behaviors with frequent cues and low friction tend to automate well. Shutdown ritual, 5 to 10 minutes. Write tomorrow's first task and lay out tools, anchoring the next day's cue to time and location. Pitfalls and safeguard motivation dip. Use if-then backups, e.g., If the morning block is missed, then start a 25-minute block at 6 p.m. before dinner to prevent 0 days. Overscope. If output targets are repeatedly missed, cut task size in half and increase queue clarity to restore completion momentum. Distraction creep. Escalate boundaries. Move phone to another room. Increase block time on website/app blockers and pre-schedule communication windows. Unrealistic timelines. Remember, automaticity typically builds over months, not weeks, so track consistency and queue stability rather than judging by immediate ease. Tracking and reflection. Track 3 things daily: whether each implementation intention was executed, total minutes of protected focus, and 1 metric of progress tied to the outcome. Weekly review. Identify which queue worked best, which obstacle recurred, and rewrite one if-then plan to neutralize the dominant blocker next week. Expect early gains and later plateaus. Continued repetition in a consistent context is how automaticity strengthens over time. 10 minutes action plan. Write 1-sentence outcome, 3 when X, then Y lines, and pick an 8 to 10 week window on the calendar right now. Set up the environment, remove phone from the workspace, install a site blocker, and place a focus, do not disturb signal at the desk. Communicate the schedule to one person whose buy-in will reduce interruptions during deep work blocks. Monk mode is just disciplined clarity multiplied by time, powered by precise cues and protected attention. Lock in the 3 lines, defend the blocks, and let repetition in a stable context do what motivation can't over the next 2 months and beyond.